Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Students, this session is the continuation of the lesson metals and non-metals. So previous on the sessions nalli ನೀವು how do metals react with the acids, how do metals react with the oxygen and how do metals react with the water and salt solution ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಹೌ ಡು ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್, ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಯು ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ the metals and non-metals with respect to their chemical properties. First session ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ the difference between metals and non-metals with respect to physical properties ನ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So now I'm explaining you the chemical properties. So there is difference between physical and chemical properties. So chemical properties ನ ಈಗ explain ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. So when we look at the metals are electropositive in nature. That is the reason they have tendency to lose electron. Whereas non-metals are electronegative in nature, so they will gain the electron instead of losing. They have tendency to gain electron. Okay, so when it comes to the second point, metals are basic oxides. In the previous session with the lab activity, I have explained this. You can check in the description box for the lab activity if you want to see again. So whereas non-metals are acidic oxides or they are neutral. So metallic oxides, basic oxide hege anta nododadre, for example, see, when sodium react with oxygen, it forms sodium oxide, which is a basic oxide. But in the case of non-metal, when it burns in the presence of oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide, and this is acidic in nature. Okay, so the non-metals are acidic oxides. Sometimes they are also neutral in nature. So looking at the third point, metals react with the water to give oxide or hydroxide. For example, sodium, when it is reacted with the water, it forms sodium hydroxide. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿನ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಬೀಕರಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ನ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಒಂದು ಪೀಸನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ವಿಗರಸ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಬೈ ಇಟ್ ರಿಲೀಸಸ್ ದ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಎ ಮೆಟಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್, ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆರ್ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ಸ್. Similarly, when a non-metal reacts with the water, we cannot see any kind of reaction. Looking at the next point, metals react with the acid to give salt and hydrogen gas. So this one in the previous class I had explained. For example, when a magnesium metal reacts with a dilute acid, it should be dilute acid, not the concentrated. Okay. So when a magnesium reacts with the dilute hydrochloric acid, it forms magnesium chloride, which is a salt, and there is also the liberation of hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas ಇಲ್ಲಿ liberate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Looking at the non-metals, see, when a non-metals react with the dilute acid, there is no reaction takes place. So in the next point, we will understand the chemical reactivity of metal with the help of displacement reaction. So displacement reaction alli enagutte, more reactive element displaces the less reactive element, right? So when a metal react with the metal solution, here what happened? More reactive element displaces the less reactive element. Whereas in the case of non-metals also, when a non-metal react with the non-metal solution, what happened? Here also the reaction takes place. And the last point, see, if you look at the metals form ionic bond, whereas non-metals, they form covalent bond. Hope you all have understood the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So now today's important concept is, how do metals react with the non-metals? Very, very important concept, and it's a very easy concept. See, when a metal and a non-metal react, what happens, the transfer of electrons takes place from a metal to a non-metal. I repeat once again. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, there is transfer of electrons takes place. See, transfer of electrons takes place from metal to non-metal. Clear? Why? Because if you see, metal is always ready to give electron. Similarly, non-metals are always want to gain electron. Metals ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಡೊನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. It is always ready to give electron. Whereas non-metals, it will always gain electron. See, if you look at a sodium always want to lose one electron and it becomes Na+. Now Na+ is the stable form. How is this form obtained? I'll tell you now. Similarly, if you look at a chlorine always want to gain one electron and it will become Cl-. Now Cl- is in the stable position. So what is happening here? Metal is donating. See, metal is losing the electron here, whereas non-metal is gaining the electron from here. So they are stable now. NaCl is stable. So from this they form a compound called sodium chloride. So through this they form a compound called sodium chloride. See, the compounds formed in this manner, that means by transfer of electron. Here sodium is donating, chlorine is receiving. Okay, the compounds formed in this manner by transfer of electron. ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ electrons transfer ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Okay, from a metal to non-metal, electrons are transferring. So this form is called as, compounds are called as ionic compounds. Clear? And this is also called as electrovalent compound. Ionic compounds are also called as electrovalent compounds. Okay. And the next point, ionic compounds have strong electrostatic force of attraction between positive and negative charge. We have seen a positive charge between sodium and a negative charge in the chlorine, right? So they have the strong electrostatic force between them, between the positive and negative ions. And these also have high melting point and high boiling point. So I'll explain later how ionic compounds have strong electrostatic force of attraction between the positive and negative charge. If you look at this chart, you can see the noble gases, you can see the metals as well as non-metals. So now I will explain you how the sodium chloride is formed. See, if you look at the metals, sodium is here. See the atomic number of sodium is 11, and sodium has K, L and M shell. These are the shells. K, L, M, N are the shells. Okay. Whereas sodium has K shell, L shell and M shell. And if you observe here, okay, the K shell of sodium has 2 electrons, L shell of the sodium has 8 electrons and M shell of the sodium has 1 electron. So generally if the shell has to be stable, it needs 8 electrons on its orbit. So as sodium has 1 electron on its orbit, it is not stable now. Okay, sodium is not stable because it has to be stable means it needs 8 electrons on it. So the logic here is very simple. If the element has to be stable in its position, its outermost orbit should be filled by 8 electrons. Okay, so or 2 electrons. If it is first shell, it should be filled by 2 electrons. Then the shell will be stable. So the M shell of the sodium has only 1 electron. If the sodium has to become stable, sodium's outermost shell needs 7 more electrons. Innu 7 electrons na now outermost shell ge add madidre enagutte, it will become 8. So it will become stable. So sodium needs 7 more electrons to become stable. So it can gain 7 electrons. Another one method is sodium can lose 1 electron and it can also become stable. So but for the sodium, for the nucleus of the sodium, to gain 7 electrons is very difficult. For the nucleus of sodium, to gain 7 electrons is very difficult. Rather than it can lose 1 electron very easily. Sodium ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ 7 electrons na gain ಮಾಡೋ ಬದಲು 1 electron na easy ಆಗಿ lose ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So here sodium has the tendency to lose electron. Okay, sodium has the tendency to lose electron and it becomes stable. So next, if we look at the chlorine, see the atomic number of chlorine is 17 and it has 3 shells. One is K shell, L shell and M shell. Right. If we look at the M shell of the chlorine, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ M shell ನೋಡಿ, there are 7 valence electrons. Correct. So ಈಗ chlorine octet configuration na obtain ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ chlorine stable ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, it need only 1 electron. So this is the one possible way. Another possible way is chlorine can lose 7 electron to become stable. But for the nucleus of chlorine, it is very difficult to lose 7 electron. 7 electrons na lose ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ chlorine ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. Instead, chlorine will gain 1 electron. So chlorine will gain 1 electron and it will become stable rather than losing the 7 electron. So chlorine has the tendency to gain electron here. So it will gain 1 electron and it will become stable. Clear? I hope you have understood the topics which have been explained in this video. In the next video, I will teach you how the formation of sodium chloride and magnesium chloride takes place. If you find this video is useful, kindly like and share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching this video.